Have you ever found yourself doing something you knew was wrong, almost like some invisible force was pushing you to do it? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to dive into some incredibly profound wisdom that tackles this exact struggle. Why we know what's right, but still find it so hard to actually do it. So, the wisdom we're about to explore comes from the revered sage Kanchi Mahaperiyava. His teachings, his thoughts, his discourses, they were all compiled into this massive 7-volume work called Deva Tin Karal, which means the voice of God. And it's from this incredible source that we're pulling today's powerful insights. So let's just start with the question that I think everybody has asked themselves at some point. I mean, none of us wake up in the morning wanting to be a bad person, right? We want to do good things, we want to be virtuous. So what is it? What is this force that seems to pull us off course again and again? And what's so fascinating is that this is not some modern-day problem. This is a question that's thousands of years old. The great warrior Arjuna asked this exact same thing to Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. It's one of the most fundamental puzzles of being human. So, what was Sri Krishna's answer? Well, it was something both incredibly simple and unbelievably profound. It just cuts right to the heart of the matter, and it diagnoses the single root cause of this internal war we all seem to be fighting. The answer really boils down to one single, powerful word: asa. Now, asa translates to desire, but we're not talking about a simple wish, like wanting an ice cream. No, the teaching describes asa as this compelling, almost overwhelming force that, if you don't keep it in check, can literally make you forget the difference between right and wrong. It's the engine behind the whole problem. And here's what makes desire such a perfect, inescapable trap. Think about it. Let's say you get what you want, your desire is fulfilled. Does that make you happy forever? Of course not. The teaching says it's like pouring ghee on a fire. It just makes the flames roar even hotter. You just end up wanting more. But what if you don't get what you want? Well, that's no better. It's like throwing a ball against a wall. That unfulfilled desire just bounces right back at you, as anger, as frustration. So whether it's fulfilled or unfulfilled, either way, you're trapped. Okay, so if we're all caught in this trap, is that it? Are we just doomed to bounce between wanting more and being angry? According to this wisdom, absolutely not. There is a way out. There's a practical path forward that can help us break this cycle. Let's talk about the solution. But this brings up another problem, doesn't it? We can't just stop doing things. It's not in our nature to just sit there and do nothing. Even if our body is perfectly still, our mind is racing 1,000,000 miles an hour, thinking, planning, wanting. So if we're basically hardwired to act, how on earth can we escape the desire that fuels all that action? And this is the absolute key. The solution isn't to become some kind of statue. The real solution is to completely change why you're acting in the first place. It's all about shifting your motivation away from those selfish, desire-driven goals and aiming for something much higher. This brings us to the antidote for asai. It's a concept called punyom, or virtuous action. And what is that? It's any action, big or small, that you do without being fueled by selfish desire. It's when you act for the benefit of other people, for the good of the world, or even as a direct offering to the divine. Okay, so acting selflessly, it sounds really great, but what does that actually look like in our day-to-day lives? How do we even start to make that kind of shift? Well, the teaching doesn't just leave you hanging. It gives us a really beautiful, practical, 4-part guide for turning your whole life into a virtuous practice. You see, the whole framework is about taking the very instruments we usually use for selfish reasons, our body, our speech, our mind, and our wealth, and just flipping the script. So instead of using your body for your own pleasure, you use it for service. Instead of gossip, you use your speech to speak truth and chant divine names. You calm and purify the mind with meditation. And you use your wealth not just for yourself, but for charity and other good causes. Now, right about now, you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but what about my past? I am so stuck in my old ways. I have all these bad habits that just keep pulling me back. That feeling of being trapped by who we used to be is real, but guess what? This wisdom has a powerful answer for that too. This powerful pull from our past actions actually has a name. It's called vasanai. You can think of it like the subtle residue left over from everything we've ever done. These ingrained habits that just program us to do the same things over and over. It's like a deep groove that's been worn into our personality, and it's so easy to just fall right back into it. So how do we get out? And here,
The teaching gives us this radical, just beautiful shift in how we see things. What if our imperfections, what if our mistakes aren't just problems we need to fix? What if they're the very reason that divine grace even has a purpose? The idea is that it's precisely because we fall down that the divine gets the role of lifting us back up. Our struggle, in a way, gives glory to the Redeemer. And this all leads us to the ultimate promise, the final, absolute assurance from Sri Krishna himself that just cuts through all the fear, all the doubt. The promise is simply this: surrender completely to me, I will deliver you from all sins. Do not fear. It's a profound invitation to just trust, to keep trying, and to know that you are not walking this path alone. Thank you for watching. Kosh is a multilingual channel where we share spiritual wisdom in English, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, and Bengali, with more major languages coming soon. Our goal is to bring you the timeless treasures of Sanatan Dharma in a simple, clear, and meaningful way. On our channel, you'll find daily videos on Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Lalita Sahasranama, Devathan Kural, The Voice of God, Saints of Maharashtra, Saints of Bengal, and the story of the divine incarnation of Adi Shankara, all available in multiple languages. If you find our content valuable, please subscribe to Kosh so you'll get notified about our daily videos. Don't forget to like, share, and spread this divine knowledge with your family, friends, and community. Let's together keep the light of Sanatan Dharma shining bright.